Hey, this is Chaz Roberts. I'm a personal injury lawyer. It's my passion to bring the law to the people, and that's the purpose of this podcast. You are listening to Law Have Mercy.
90 Day Fiancé fans, this one is for you. Hey guys, it's Carter Cimino, executive producer of Law Have Mercy, back at you with another quick tips episode of the Law Have Mercy podcast. In this one, Chaz and immigration lawyer Paul Woody Scott discuss the 4 things a U.S. citizen must know and do to marry a non-resident. Let's check it out.
Woody, have you seen 90 Day Fiancé?
I have.
Yeah, it's on TLC, I believe. So Guy has a girlfriend in Peru. How does he go about getting her to the States?
All right. So the first thing they need to do is call me, because there's a couple things that I need to know, so that way when we start this process, I can prove this to immigration. So what I'm going to want to know for a fiancé visa, one of the requirements is you have to be a U.S. citizen. So somebody that's a permanent resident can't petition for a fiancé. A wife, yes, but not a fiancé. So many people meet now on apps. So it's common to meet somebody through, in another country. These apps don't have any barriers, or borders. So one of the requirements is you have to be a U.S. citizen. Second, we have to show that y'all have met in person within the last 2 years. So if you've only done web chats, if you've only done FaceTime, it's not going to work. You're going to have to make a trip to Peru to visit her. And then the last thing we have to prove, we have 2 more things, that you're legally able to marry, because they call it 90-day fiancé because after she comes to the U.S., you have to get married within 90 days. So that's where the term 90-day fiancé comes. So you have to show that you can legally marry. So what that means is, are you divorced? Or if you were married before, are you now divorced? And then the last thing is you have to prove that they actually have a good faith relationship. So, one cannot just meet somebody just one time and come back and marry. Or if they do, we're going to need a lot of evidence of that relationship, which usually comes in the form of screenshots of chats. They traveled together, things like that.
And then the lawyer, you, takes this information and brings it before whom?
So we're packaging that up, and we are going to file that evidence along with an application to USCIS, which is the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. And if they are satisfied of those things, that you're a U.S. citizen, that y'all have a good faith relationship, y'all have met in person within the last 2 years, and both of y'all are legally able to marry, they're going to approve the fiancé petition. Then they're going to send that petition to the U.S. Embassy in Peru, and she's going to have to go and apply for the actual visa. The visa is what allows her to enter the United States. So in this case, a fiancé visa. But that serves as another security check. They're going to do a background check on her. They're going to, they're gathering all her information. So once she enters, she has to get married within 90 days to the person that petitioned her. So then after that, she can apply for her green card.
And how long do they have to be married?
So they will enter, she'll be a fiancé, and they have to get married within 90 days. And typically, I have their green card application the day that they're married, ready to go. Can
it be revoked?
It can. Again, when they apply for their green card, after entry, they're going to want to see continuing evidence of a good faith relationship. So think about if you meet your girl in Peru, I don't know what the apps are right now, but on one of these dating apps.
I wouldn't know, and it's not my girl. This is hypothetical.
This U.S. citizen meets this person in Peru, falls in love. He wants to bring her here. They might not have that much together yet. Like I said, you're going to screenshot the pictures when they're in Peru together. Maybe they did a little traveling, all their, screenshot the chats. But once they get here, immigration expects them to live a life as a married couple. And so they're going to expect them, at the very least, they have to live together. They want to see assets are commingled. Now that she's here, is she going to be on your car insurance? So they're going to want to see like the 2 names on the car insurance. Wow. She's going to get a driver's license. Does the addresses match on the driver's license?
They don't cover all this in the show.
No, well,
This is quite the process.
it's a process. It's a process, and they will do continued background checks. So they get vetted quite nicely, for sure. So if you have somebody coming in the United States lawfully, you can be sure that the government knows much more about that person than the government knows about you, who was just born here and grew up and never had to subject yourself to those kinds of security checks and background checks.
Listening to you talk about it, I'm filled with gratitude that I actually grew up here.
Yeah.
Like, does the average American citizen know how exclusive of a club that they're in?
I think most of us take it for granted, but it is a blessing for sure to have been born in the United States and to have the opportunities that we do.
Hey, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe to the podcast and leave us a 5-star review. It helps keep the show free, and it helps us book better guests to provide more valuable content to you. None of the opinions expressed by my guests are that of my own, and nothing we talked about creates an attorney-client relationship or could be construed as legal advice. Hope you enjoy the show.